Speech off.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm here to do my TBR for Amish in April. This sort of readathon is hosted by Elizabeth from Lizzie Faye Loves Books and Sarah from the Bookish Knitter. So I kind of wanted to go over the prompts and what I'm going to read for each prompt. I actually was able to find stuff for all the prompts, weirdly enough. So let's just get started. I don't know if I'm going to get to everything, especially once you get into, well, anyway. Okay, so the first prompt is anything Amish. I guess they kind of just went with something that stands for each letter in the word Amish. So anything Amish. And I just wrote down a bunch of Amish books that I own, and I'll see what I do. So I have Child of Mine by Beverly Lewis. This one, Beverly Lewis and David Lewis. Both of them wrote this one. Actually, I heard about this one from Lizzie Faye Loves Books. Honestly, I think a lot of my TBR actually comes from both of them. Just because, honestly, by coincidence. But, yeah. Particularly because I didn't know much about Amish mysteries. But, yeah, I heard about this one through her. This one sounds really interesting. And if you don't want to waste Hoopla borrow on this one, and you have Audible, it is available for free on Audible Plus. So, yeah. Actually, a lot of Beverly Lewis's books are available for free on Audible Plus. So, again, if you don't want to waste a Hoopla borrow on those, they are free if you have an Audible membership. So, yeah, this one looks like it's about this woman who, I guess, baby gets adopted by some illegal agency or something. So she's trying to look for her kid, and she thinks she might have found her with this guy who adopted his niece, and I guess they have an Amish nanny. So I'm not really sure how much Amish is going to be in this book, but that's okay. Story sounds interesting. And then we have The Heirloom by Beverly Lewis. I've had this on my TBR since before it came out. And I actually just finished reading it like 10 minutes ago, and I loved it. So yeah, I already read it. It's a, kind of a prequel to the Shunning series by Beverly Lewis. So we see Katie Lapp before all of this stuff happens, and it's Ella Mae's story. I think it's Ella Mae, right? Anyway. So yeah, I really love this book. I'll talk about it more in my wrap-up. Then I have Until Then by Cindy Woodsmall. This one's one that I kind of just found. I remember it's one of Cindy Woodsmall's, it's her newest release. It's a time travel book. It's about this Amish man who is obsessed with art, and he's old order Amish, so he can't really do art because they consider it idolatry. So his wife freaks out at him. They have a fight, and I guess he falls, and he somehow ends up back in time in another time where he's allowed to do art. So this is like Amish / science fiction, which I am into. I love time travel. So, can't wait to read that. And then we have this other series that I bought last year during the, I guess, Amazon Prime sale on Audible. It's the Summer Grove series by Cindy Woodsmall, and this series looks like it's Amish version of Switched at Birth. So an English girl and an Amish girl get switched at birth. I just started reading it. It looks like there's a fire, and that's how it happens. And so that whole drama. It's a trilogy, so I'm probably going to read the entire thing. It's the series is The Ties That Bind, Fraying at the Edge, and Gathering the Threads. So yeah, I am already, like, into it. As soon as I finished Beverly Lewis's book, I immediately went to that because I remembered that it existed. So, yeah, I just started that. Now on to M for Mystery. I actually did not really know much about Amish mysteries. I'd heard about the Kate Burkholder series by Linda Castillo. I first heard about it from Lindsay from Lindsay's Little Library. And I tried to read it last year, but for some reason I couldn't get into it. Probably because there was a lot of cursing. I didn't like the cop at first, but I'm in the middle of the book, and now I'm reading it now. I'm kind of juggling 2 books at a time, and I'm getting more into it now. It's kind of a different type of read. The series is more gritty, so, like, there's a lot of violence and a lot of swearing, and, like, but still, it's kind of a fascinating look at the Amish, just because, like, this is, like, the Amish kind of dealing with the Englishers, I guess, in a different way than you normally see. Like, you normally see them kind of in their own little bubble, but because there's, like, murders, they almost have to coexist and, like, deal with, like, I mean, the chief of police in the series is Kate, and she is, like, she was Amish, and she left the church. I don't think she got baptized, if I'm not mistaken, so I don't think she's shunned, necessarily, but, like, you see her family having to grapple with being forced to talk to her, even look at her when their religion says they shouldn't. So it's an interesting kind of take on it all. So now that I started reading it, I'm really into it. So we'll see how much I want to keep going, because there's a lot of books in this series. That's why I said we'll see how much I actually get done, because once I get into the mysteries, I may stop the rest and just read the rest of the mysteries. So yeah, there's that series. And then I heard about the candy shop series, like the Amish candy shop series by Amanda Flowers. I got a Salted Caramel already. It looks like, I don't know if the whole series is available on Audible Plus, but I got this one on Audible Plus, a Salted Caramel. So I did not have to use a Hoopla Borrow, but I did have to use a Hoopla Borrow for Sworn to Silence by Linda Castillo. So yeah, I'm currently reading Sworn to Silence. I'm halfway through, and yeah, it's kind of nice to be able to pair it with a Beverly Lewis book, just because it's still Amish, but, like, you get kind of a break. You can go from really gritty to really sweet. So it's kind of nice. But yeah, anyway. Now we have I for Informational, or Information. That's kind of like a nonfiction Amish book. And honestly, I could only find one thing. And that was after a lot of hunting. But I still found it. There just is not a lot of informational Amish books on audio. So I found A Midwife's Story by Penny Armstrong and Cheryl Feldman. And this looks like Penny Armstrong's story about being a midwife for the Amish, and how some of the doctors that she practiced with didn't respect midwifery. So yeah. That's pretty much the only thing I found. I hunted through Audible and, like, everything to find a good audiobook, and that's all I found. And I didn't even find that one on Audible. I actually found that one on the National Library Service for the Blind's, like, website, where you can download books for the blind. So I found it that way. So at least I have one. We'll see if I get to it, though, just because I have so much fiction to get through. And this looks like a long book. Anyway. Then Sweetheart. Honestly, I could probably read any of the series, and that would count as that, but I wrote down Belle by Sarah Price. That is basically an Amish retelling of Belle from Beauty and the Beast. I heard about this one through Lizzie Fay Loves Books as well, hence why I said that I'm kind of copying off her recommendations. But I found out that there is more than one of these. I found the whole series also on NLS's website. They have, like, the whole set of fairy tales. So there's a Cinderella retelling. It's called Ella. And then there is, what's the other one called? I'm trying to find it. Sadie. Who is this one supposed to be? Hold on. Ella is an Amish retelling of Cinderella. Sadie is an Amish retelling of Snow White. So I don't know if I'll get to all three of them, but I have them. So, some point then I'll get to them, even if I don't get to them now. And then we have H for half grown. Half grown? I don't know. I find that word weird, but okay. I mean, I kind of get why it was difficult to find an H word, but half grown? That just, I don't know. Anyway, I found Plain Girl by Virginia Sorensen. That one is also available on NLS just for blind people. On audio, I did not find that one on Audible, but that's okay. It's free for me. It's a short book. It's about this girl. It looks like the authorities force her family to send her to public school. So she has to go to public school. And she worries about how she'll live out her faith. And then they also had the entire Cul-de-sac Kids series. So, I mean, I read a couple of those. So, yeah. Sounds like NLS is pretty well-versed in the Amish. Although I wish that they would put in some of the love-inspired books. I want to read the ones by Cheryl Williford, the ones that are from Pinecraft or something. I think Sarah from the Bookish Knitter talked about them, or I can't remember. One of you guys talked about them, but I want them, and I cannot have them, and I want to read them. Oh well. Maybe they'll get to us at some point. Oh yeah, and I do have some other ones that NLS put out. I forgot to talk about them. I just remembered they exist. It's, I don't know what the series is called, but the first one's called His Unexpected Amish Twins. So, like, all of them have his or her unexpected family in some way. So in this first one, I guess this Amish man acquires his brother's twins or something. Anyway, we'll see if I get to those. If I don't, I don't. It's no big deal. But, yeah, I have a lot to choose from. And, like I said, I may end up, once I start the Candy Shop Mysteries, I may end up putting the kibosh on everything else on this list because I have to know what happens in the next mystery. Like, once you start a series, sometimes you just have to bulldoze your way through the series. So, we'll see what I actually get to. And then there's just other stuff that I want to read in general, but there's just so much Amish that who knows if I'll get to it. Anyway, so yeah, that is what I have for Amish in April. I still have to do my what I added to Goodreads in April video, so that's coming out next. But I think it might be Monday before I post that. We'll see. Anyway, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.
Speech on. Stop recording video.